Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome to Accidentally Bumping the Microphone in the Opening Statement. We're back and it's time for challenges. We've got two more. If you're wondering why we didn't do a video yesterday, we actually did a live stream. In order to see it, you have to go to my channel and then go to the, it's the live panel. It defaults to the home screen, and then there's the video screen, and then there's the live screen. You go to the live screen, you can see it. We did achievement hunting for almost about 2 hours. We got a lot of achievements, and I was trolling just a little bit. So the only two challenges we have left is cold turkey and parole violation. Now, here's the deal. Both of these are pretty nasty because basically most of these challenges are like, or at least some of these challenges, are like playing without the benefit of your character. And so, thankfully for me, Haru, I have always, like in the old days, we basically did cold turkey runs literally every single time. So we got Gazoo, and basically what it means is you can't use cigarettes. So you're losing out on the best part of Haru, is you can't use cigarettes. The good thing, so here's the thing, there's the good thing and the bad thing. The bad thing is that we don't get cigarettes, so we don't get hard knock, or whatever it's called, and we stay with nicotine withdrawal the whole game. So, the good thing is, though, I'm kinda used to it. Like, yeah, back in the day, I'd be used to having all my stats, because Harbinger of Doom didn't exist back then. And then, you know, once we got into the Haru arc, we were like, oh yeah, smonking is ridiculously broken. So, what we've got going on here with the lighthouse is second mystery, I'm trolling. Takashi's second mystery, charisma, strength, light source, and maybe knowledge. We're not leveling knowledge up to 8, unless you wanted to go the small candle route and just trying to run away from combat. I don't think we're gonna do that. I think we're probably gonna just try to rely on, getting core strength at some point, and you could probably, if you're doing the True Believer version of this, or like whatever difficulty this is normally set to, you could probably get away with fishing for core strength on the History Club. I was about to call it the History Museum, and I had to stop myself internally before saying that out loud. But this is a pretty good lineup, honestly. Like, strength and charisma are your two best stats besides perception, which is also pretty good, but perception is irrelevant for the lighthouse. So I think what we can do is we're probably going to go strength weapon, and I think you genuinely might consider, so normally for Haru, you'd go police station vending machine like 99% of the time. We might go for either the compass, or if we had it unlocked, I don't remember what achievement it's tied to. I guess I'll look it up real quick. Actually, no, I won't, because the achievements don't have individual pages, so I don't want to get spoiled. But if you have the cursed violin, that's definitely something that could work out pretty well here. I think we're going to go compass route, just because it's cheaper. But normally, you know, you'd be spending all your money on smonks. You'd buy a weapon and then spend all your money on smonks to win on Haru, but, you know, we can't do that, obviously, so the vending machine is pretty much useless. A brick could potentially be the item that you want to go if you want to go like a dexterity route. I wouldn't really recommend that, but like with core strength, a steak knife slash brick is like pretty good. So like I'm not gonna really, how do I put it? It works. It works out decently. Now we are gonna take the schoolyard just because like we want stats. We want stats. That's gonna be our biggest advantage here, and I'm thinking for our strength weapon, like, obviously, if we get the handgun, or whatever it's called, we win the game. But if we can get the, like, obviously, if we get the handgun, we win the game. Like, that's just the weapon that you want to use. It's one of the best weapons in the game, and it's a strength weapon, so it's probably, like, you know, if you get it, obviously, that's what you want to use. But I'm kind of thinking Carpenter Hammer. I know that might sound insane, but, like, it's fast enough. Because I'm thinking the monkey wrench won't be... I'm thinking the monkey wrench is not that great. You know, like, it's really good. It's a really good weapon, don't get me wrong. I would never slander the monkey wrench's name. But I don't really want to lose -1 strength, because I think the only way that we get out of this is by getting as much strength as possible. Kana is absolutely something to be admired here. And this is actually pretty great. There's no forced boss fight here at all. We've been toying with what to call it in the Discord, and I kind of like MBM, mandatory boss mystery. I think you definitely, like, when you're doing a challenge run specifically, you pretty much always want to avoid that. Like, you want to avoid as many MBMs as you can. I don't know if that'll catch on, but I think I think it works. Mandatory boss mystery, but we'll see. But I do think there's been a lot of them recently, you know? There's been a lot of mysteries that are just like, whoa, boss fight be upon ye, and there's not really much that you can do about it. So your prepare item is actually useless, but I think we're just gonna get cursed twice, and fungal growth, I just don't really care. I think that's fine. I'm not even gonna use the other bottle of water. Let's go get the carpenter hammer. Obviously, like, 80 speed's really good. I think 75 speed's a little bit better because just because of how things scale in this game, you know? But I mean, it's not actually that big of a deal. I think you could go either or, honestly. Legitimately. I don't think you go HDF because of the nerf, and also we don't want to level knowledge. That's just too much of a, that's just too much of a hassle, to be honest with you. I think Carpenter Hammer is definitely the way to go. I at least want to try it. I don't know off the top of my head how good it is. And but I'm leaning towards it. But it's 10% worse chance to hit, 1 less damage, all for 5 less speed. No, I think maybe the Monkey Wrench is the way to go. I feel like if you don't have a choice and you just see one of these on your first shop, you just take whichever one it is. But since we've got both, I think Monkey Wrench is going to be good enough. We're going to want to put as many points into strength as possible anyways. So, seaside is doomed, so we talked about how the optimal way to handle the seaside in a situation like this. Just in case you have any other location that you've got to visit that's doomed. I don't think we do, because it's the forest that's doomed, but you never know. And again, I think you could definitely cheat something out with the history club, and I think we might. Like, just visit it like a couple times, see if there's anything really good. CQC training is absolutely absurd if you get Haru's unique weapon, but, you know, I'll go to it a couple times. We don't really have, like, there are some genuinely useful things that we could see there. There's some genuinely useful spells as well. Now, one of the good things about Haru not on Harbinger of Doom is that his regular stat spread is, like, absolutely busted. That's actually kind of interesting. This is kind of interesting, too, I'll be honest with you. But I kind of want to go... Like, if we had the money, which, I mean, we technically do, if we sold the water bottles, we could get a compass. Maybe the rock ring is the way to go. That could kind of go hard, honestly. So, we can do... I mean, it's not great, but we could do 85, 75. Now, obviously, you know, there's always the chance that you miss every attack in the game, and we just should do this at this point. Because we've taken, like, 80 million damage from Gossip Junkie. That's probably one of the most embarrassing Gossip Junkie fights I've ever had. And normally you wouldn't really care because you'd be like, I'm just gonna light up a smunk and all my worries will go away. But here we are. Not looking too great right off the bat. The burnt notes can just get thrown in the trash. We don't need them. I'm dumb. I went there, grabbed the handcuffs, was like, this is all I need to be here for. And then I just left. I'm still gonna do it. Because, you know, it's optimal. I don't know why we took, I don't know why we didn't take 2% Doom from investigating it the first time. That's great. Alright, we love to see it. So, do we have a forest mystery? I think there was one, right? There's nothing that locks you in the seaside, so just before we leave, just go ahead and throw it on the forest real quick. I don't think we had Violent Vigil, but I'll be honest with you, the amount of Haru runs we've done, I could be stupid. We can just we'll do a little movement. That's fine. Although I am still playing under the assumption that, actually, we might die here. I'm willing to take that risk. I was playing under the... Listen, I'm so used to smonking as Haru that I did just walk into the actual challenge of the run itself. Okay, not contaminated water. We win these. We win these. We take these. Easy, easy. You can only fill 1 bottle of water. Unless that got changed, in which case I'm never gonna know because I'm never gonna try because I got that 80 million years of, whatchamacallit. Honestly, I think what you want to do is you want to go botany, and here's the fun part. We go to the monument. What do you want? You can have it. And we go to the point of that was to hopefully lose some health, so resting was more valuable, but instead it was just lose money, which is not actually what I wanted to do. I still think a compass would be nice, but I think it's too late in the game at this point. Take the stamina damage, and then go to the monument, and then, I mean, it doesn't work at all with Gazoo as well if you get unlucky. Because normally you can just trade 3 for 3, but now we're trading 3 for 5, and it's like, that does not work. So, we're kind of in hell. We're gonna be able to level up. I mean, Demon Mask is interesting, but I can't justify putting it on because it's so much damage that we take. See, there we go. Look at that. Now we can justify... Man, I don't know. It's way too late to get the compass, isn't it? I don't think it'll be really worth the doom that it takes to get in there. I might think about... You raise your hand once, you bump into the freaking pop filter. Bruh. Yeah, no, I really did set myself into a hole here because I was like, I'll just smunk and get all my sanity back. It'll be easy. No. Okay. So here's what we do. We go back to the monument, and we love to see that. That's great. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, we've climbed some semblance of normalcy back into this run, and we've completely wasted the monument in the process. We can basically never use the monument again. Having to use the monument again is like you lose the game. So, sure, we ball. We're gonna level up, so even if we take a bunch of sanity cadavers, sure, why not? Ikumi Maria, +1 cigarette for each defeated enemy, huh? Well, the funny thing is, well, there's no way, I don't think there's a way to lose cigarettes that you earn through combat. You can only activate it by doing a whatchamacallit, by using a cigarette and starting the status effect and the timer to tick down. So I think we just died. I should have taken sanity. That is true. But if this works out, then we're in a great place to win the game. We're in a great place to win the game. If we don't die in this mystery, which is going to be pretty hard, if we don't die in this mystery, then we are in a fantastic place. So this is going to do... No, that's not good enough. This is good enough. You just have to hope that you don't miss. Oh, wait, never mind. You've gained a new status nicotine rush. You've gained a new status nicotine withdrawal. That's so weird, honestly. That's actually kind of interesting. Now we're in Vital Clue range. You see Vital Clue, you cry yourself to sleep. We're gonna be at 50% Doom? 50% Doom, I'm pretty sure. Because we're just on the World of Horror. It seems like all these backstories are just World of Horror for these challenges, which is honestly pretty good, because I think you used to be able to select your backstory in your old god. Why did we go down to... Oh, yeah, sorry. Forgot we had Survivor's Guilt. Go ahead and do that. Take the sanity there. Take the stamina there. And we're feeling pretty good about that. Household Hell looms in the distance. That's pretty scary. But after we get through Household Hell, if we're around like 65, 70% Doom, there's not really a lot that's gonna scare us with that. I think the Household Hell kind of determines if we win or lose or not, and it has the potential to go kind of hard. Maybe we should have put the police station there just because we don't get penalized. This is gonna be a hard dice roll. I think you gotta go with the one that you have the highest chance of winning, yeah? Just because. We'll throw the police station on the seaside. We've already done the forest mystery. So we've got ramen and coma up next, which is not the easiest thing. That's horrible. That's awful, actually. I almost don't want to investigate the seaside again, just because that's really bad. This is even worse. I don't know how to describe this other than the game can go to hell for what it's done. We can't use the handcuffs, can we? Because we theoretically would be able to handcuff Mr. Coin immediately, but that's not how the game works. So we're gonna throw an empty bottle. We're gonna handcuff him, and then we're gonna throw an empty bottle, and we're going to pray to God this hits. Cool. I think that's about as good as that could have gone. Now, we absolutely want the police to go to the mansion, because we're going to be in hell here for, like, a significant period of time. 65% was a generous estimate, because we're going to be at 63. So I'm hoping to be under 70, I think. Borealis Expanse, Aurora Borealis would go hard. It would. It does. Now, of course, for the rest of this mystery, we're kind of in hell. Just a little bit. And one might say we're in a harrowing situation. I think you gotta take stamina here. Actually, no, you don't, because we got the painkillers. I think this is greedy, but I think this is the correct play. I think this is absolutely the correct play. The mansion is... There's like 1 -2 that I can think of, and we're on low threat level, so that's not gonna kill us. Now, this is pretty bad, don't get me wrong. I think you've got to run away from her if you can. Now this... I think I say this about all the challenges, but this got a lot harder with 1.0, because the game itself got a lot harder. So 72% Doom. I think we're pretty decently set up. As long as we don't get, like, completely owned, I think we're okay. 7 or 8, I don't really care. I think we're gonna go for 8 just because, like, it feels like a better number. Just, like, higher number feels better right now. Ramen's gonna be really easy, but we've got the sanity for coma right now, so we gotta do that. You do need to get frostbite taken care of. It's one of your best stats, and you get another painkiller. I guess because we're getting 2 painkillers, you do never take the stamina there at the bath, because, like, we're gonna be at 10, which is, like, not necessary. We could be at 9 and feel pretty good about that. I am not gonna go to the village twice. We need to massively cut down on Doom. Honestly, I'm considering, like, right now... I mean, you gotta do this. Like, you have to. But I'm thinking we go to the monument, and if we can give it what it wants, we do. You gotta do that. Yeah, we're taking -3 right now. You gotta do that. That's, like, step 1 on your win condition is do that right there. Hospital being safe is pretty cool. We're gonna have to ping-pong back to the downtown a couple of times. I do actually... I mean, you gotta take the minus money here. I do think you put the police station back on the downtown just because this is pretty bad, honestly. You gotta go with Jar of Blood, because we're taking the, whatchamacallit, send the police back to their fucking downtown area, just so that we don't die, because the dangerous really could kill us. This is bad. This is bad, because we have to win this fight, but, like, you look at it and you're like, you can't really win this fight. This is one of the reasons why the small candle goes kind of hard, is because you can, in theory, not have to deal with something like this. Can we dodge and attack? I don't think we can. That does 3, sets her down to 16. And then we can, like, that's a 60% chance, though, unfortunately. I think we gotta send the squad in to go fighting. Hopefully we never go back to the other world. And I think you gotta send Kana in there, too. Like, as much as I hate to say it, like, you can't really afford to get hit here, and you can't brace. Because, I mean, we could do that, and then just 260% chances, like that doesn't even work, because that's not even, we don't even have Desperation yet. So you gotta send, like, you send Kana in, does 14 damage, then what do you do with your life, right? You've gotta brace. You can't even kick. For the love of God, you can't even kick. Honestly, this is still the play, though, as much as I hate to see it. And we can prep an attack, right? So we can do, because this is gonna do 15. You still have to send Kana out, which is so crazy. I think, like, you still have to send Kana out, because this is gonna do 15. This is gonna do, well, actually, hold on, this is prepped, right? So this is prepped, so that's doing 6. So what can we actually get done here? Not a lot, actually. You can't even attack twice. We could do this, and then we have 160% chance, but that's still not worth it. You gotta send Kana out there. And then you can Desperation. And then this is theoretically prepped already. But, you know, I don't know how well this game is a functional product, so... Okay, you had to invest the whole farm into killing one enemy. And the thing is, though, that's a pretty bad enemy. That's a pretty bad enemy. You're hoping not to see her again. Because she's a pretty nasty enemy to encounter. So, we're a little... That's horrible. That's, like, run losing. I was talking about how you don't want Vital Clue. That's essentially Vital Clue. You don't want to get Vital Clued. We got Vital Clued. I definitely think... I mean, we gotta take the strength here, absolutely. Time skip, alright, it's over. It's over, pack it up, pack the bags. No winning here. It ain't worth it, it ain't working out. We're just gonna speed run through Ramen real quick, because it's, like, basically impossible to win. There's no way to win. That's just sort of what happens sometimes. The game just decides you lose. And, you know, you gotta take it sometimes. Like, there's no way to win from this point. Well, I mean, you know, you gotta clutch it out, but yeah, no, it's borderline insane what just happened there. That was awful. You can't really, I mean, I don't even know what to say, honestly. Like, that shit's just so bad. Definitely, there are a few ways you could maybe clutch this out, but, like, oh, Ito Park? Holy shit. You know, actually, you know what's crazy? If they had us give money and it was 3 funds, or even not 4 funds, because we have a boss fight, don't we? But, like, what's the monument right now? I mean, did we just win? We might have just won. I don't want to think about that. I was willing to do another run. It's a low threat level area. We are taking -3, so you've got to do this. Did we just win? No fucking way, did we just win that? Hold on, let me look at the lighthouse real quick, just to make sure. We do have Takashi first thing immediately. We are taking minus... Oh shit, is this the one that's -2, or is this the one that's -3? I don't remember. Takashi immediately is the problem. Do we have Heart of Darkness? Oh shit, I have tech here. We do not have Heart of Darkness. I think Fungal Growth might win us the run. It's possible. Hold on, let me cook. Okay, so... ignore this and ignore this. Just assume that I'm remembering the second mystery properly, which was like botany or whatever. I hope it was botany. I'm pretty sure it was botany. Just assume that I'm correct on this. Charisma, we're good. Strength, we're good. Light source, -3. I'm pretty sure it's -3, right? So, look at our EXP. Ooh. So, plus 10 EXP, 70, 80... We're actually gonna level up. Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna level up before the light source kills us. So, what we can do is... Oh, we have Innsmouth Look. Oh, fuck, we have Innsmouth Look. Okay. We go up to 6. We go down to 3. Okay. First of all, sanity all the way. 100% sanity all the way. Then, what you want to do is you get rid of fungal growth. Set yourself down to 3. And now we pick a god and pray, because Innsmouth Look could just kill us. Oh, fuck. Is this area doomed because it's a seaside? Ugh. Alright, fair enough, brother. If we get 2% doom there, we got 1% doom there, I don't know how this game works, man. We gotta kill turn 1. We gotta kill turn 1, we gotta hit both of these, we gotta throw this. You just gotta believe. Oh my god. You're saying there's a chance? We get 2% doom at any point, it's over. You have no idea how close those buttons are to overlapping. I upped my sensitivity on the y-axis for my mouse, so it's actually more... Oh, God. Bro, I almost clicked Household Hell. You have no idea how much those buttons overlap, man. We have to do this. We're gonna need all the luck in the fucking world. Innsmouth has not procced yet. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I hated that shit. Listen, shoutouts to the Monument. Shoutouts to Homeboy the Monument for giving me the fucking... Listen, we won that because of 2 reasons. Monument into -5 sanity. We were at 6 sanity, -5, we go down to 1. Second investigation, we used our fucking 8 charisma to calm the blood shower lady down. Easy, not even close. Get me the fuck out of here. What do you get for this again? I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. This one? Oh, you get the brick! You get a lung full of air! Holy shit, it's the brick. Yo. So, you know how I was saying earlier you could use the brick in this challenge? Dumbass alert, dumbass alert. The steak knife. You could potentially still use the steak knife. But, you know, this is crazy, because, like, brick used to be, like, one of Haru's best items. Because you would, I mean, it still is a really good item on Haru, especially if you need to level dexterity, because you're probably going to get at least one of them with, because it's a higher chance to get a brick if you don't have one already. But back in the day, then it was, like, basically guaranteed you could get 4 bricks really easily. You would just get a brick every time you went to go buy cigarettes. So you would get a brick, and it would do 5 damage. And it would just, like, you would just win the game. So that's actually really interesting. I completely forgot that. Yeah, that's one of the achievements of all time. Thank you so much for watching. My name has been Webweaver. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Bye.